Okay, so we're still going to be looking at angles. So yesterday we learned that opposite angles are equal in a parallelogram and adjacent angles add up to 180. So when I'm looking at these figures here, the whole angle F is 54 plus 4 plus 3x. That's the whole angle F. Angle E is 95. So when I'm looking at the entire angle F, I'm going to go 54 plus 4 plus 3x. And then let me add angle E, which is 95. I know these two are equal to 180. Remember, adjacent angles add up to 180. The instructions in this one said solve for x. Each figure is a parallelogram, so I'm just going to solve for x. Let me separate them through the equal sign. So when it comes to letters, just letters, I have 3x. When it comes to numbers, I'm going to go 54 plus 4. Use a calculator if necessary. So I'm going to go 54 plus 4 plus 95, and I get 153. And this is equal to 180. So 3x plus 153 equals 180. Okay. To get the 3x by itself, let's cancel the plus 153. Let me write it on the other side as a minus 153. So I get 3x is equal to, now 180 minus 153 is 27. To get x by itself, let me divide both sides by 3. So x in this case is equal to 9. Let's take a look at question number 36. The entire angle y and angle x, those two are adjacent angles, so they must add up to 180. So let me add everything. 43 plus 51 plus 18x minus 4. Right, I'm adding everything, and this is equal to 180. When I separate them through the equal sign, when it comes to letters, I just have 18x. That's the only x that I see. When it comes to just numbers, 43 plus 51 minus 4. That happens to be 90. And all this is equal to 180. All right. To get the 18x by itself, the plus 90, let's move it over as a minus 90. So I get that 18x is equal to, now 180 minus 90, that's 90. To get the x by itself, let's divide both sides by 18. Now 90 divided by 18, that's 5. So x equals 5. Now, not only with sides, we're actually going to use diagonals now. Interesting part of diagonals on a parallelogram is that each diagonal cut each other in half. All right, so what do I mean with that is, let's imagine I look at one diagonal, the diagonal EC. The measurement EK is equal to KC. Okay. And if I look at the other diagonal, the diagonal DB, I'm going to say DK is equal to KB. In a parallelogram, our diagonals cut each other in half. Okay, so let's take a look at what I have. KE is 22. KE is this much. We're going to say this is 22. And then we have CE. Now, let me use blue for this one. CE is an entire diagonal, 5x minus 1. Now, I'm not going to say 5x minus 1 equals 22, right? Because look, the red is way smaller than the blue. As a matter of fact, the red is half of the blue. So I know because EK is 22, KC is also 22. Because remember I said the segment gets cut in half. So one half is equal to the other half. So for me to work this out, I'm just going to say, all right, 5x minus 1 is equal to, now 5x minus 1 is the entire diagonal, segment from E to C. So I'm going to say 5x minus 1 is equal to 44. Because I'm looking at the entire diagonal. 22 and 22 equals 44. So 5x minus 1 equals 44. Okay. Then let me separate them through the equal sign. This minus 1, let me move it to the other side as a plus 1. So I get that 5x is equal to 45. To get x by itself, let's divide both sides by 5. So x is equal to 9. All right, let's take a look at number 38. One thing that I suggest you guys start looking at is, all right, look at the one that is numbered. So the information that is just a numbered, in this case, UW, we know that UW is 6. So I'm gonna say this is 6 and this is 6. From U to W 6 and from U to Y is also 6, right? Because it gets cut in half. And then I'm gonna use the information where X is. YW. So I'm gonna write 2x minus 4. Now I gotta ask myself, is it 6 or is it 12? Is this gonna equal to 6 or is this gonna equal to 12? If YW, it's only half of my diagonal, then it's equal to 6. If YW is my entire diagonal, then it is equal to 12. Now YW, if I look at Y all the way to W, it's the entire diagonal. So I'm gonna let this equal to 12. Let me separate them through the equal sign. My minus 4, let me move it over as a plus 4. So I get that 2x is equal to 16. To get the x by itself, let's divide by 2. So I get x is equal to 8. Let me zoom out so you guys can see what we did today.